Now, as far as the logs are concerned, there have to be certain restrictions that we must place, right? So, the restrictions on the base, and I'll explain why we need to put these restrictions on the base. Now, let's say we have a number of the form base to the power p gives me a number n. So I'm going to, I write this as log base b of n equals p. Right, this is how I'm writing logs. Now the first restriction that I will place on writing logarithms is on having base b equals 1. Now if I have base b equals 1, then 1 to the power 5 is 1. This means that log base 1 of 1 equals 5. But the problem arises when 1 to the power 6 is also equal to 1, which means that log base 1 of 1 is also equal to 6. Now this is inconsistent. This can't be true. The same thing can't be equal to 5 and the same thing can't be equal to 6. Therefore, I must refrain from using the base 1. So base 1 is not permitted. For the same reason, exactly the same reason, base 0 will also be not permitted, because 0 to the power 5 is 0, 0 to the power 10 is also 0. When you take logs, right, log base 0 of 0 is 5, log base 0 of 0 is also 10, but there's this inconsistency, right? This cannot be the same thing cannot be equal to 5 and 10. Therefore, I will not have base 0. The third problem comes when base is negative, right? So let's say we have this number minus 2, right? So the odd power of minus 2, right, is, let's say, minus 32, right? So we can, if let's say we were to write a log of the negative number, then we would get log of base minus 2 of minus 32 is 5, right? But when it comes to the even number, right, we are going to get let's say 64. So what happens is log base minus 2 of 64 is 6, right? So you notice the inconsistency that for every odd, the number whose log I'm taking will flip from negative to, when I take the power even, it will become positive, right? The problems will start to arise. The problem is not just in this flip-flop of negative and positive. The problem will start to arise when, let's say, I have something like this, minus 2 to the power, let's say, 5.5. Now this essentially means that I have minus 2 to the power 5, right? This I can compute, but we are left with a minus 2 to the power 0.5, which becomes complex, right? So this is again a problem area for me. I cannot be taking logs of complex numbers. The problem is compounded even further when I have things like minus 2 to the power minus to the power 5.3, for example, right? So what is the 0.3 power, the power 0.3 of minus 2, right? Again, too many problems, so we will refrain from using a negative base also. So remember that there are certain restrictions placed on the bases that can be used for logs. You will not use base 1, you will not use base 0, you will not use base, you will not use a negative base either for logs.